Hello and welcome to the second tier. I'm Ryan Dilks, that's Justin Peach, and we are about to present to you our team of the month for September in the Championship. We're going to go through our 1 to 11 of the best players in the Championship over the past month. So without further ado, let's bloody get right into it.
First name on this list is, of course, the goalkeeper, and that's Ryan Alsop of Hull City, someone who I wasn't particularly overawed with when he signed. Alsop has actually been really good so far in his 3 games. Although it's only 3 games, he's actually been one of the standout players in the division. Only played in 3 games, as I mentioned, but he's been hugely vital in those 3. Made 4 big saves against Leeds, keeping a clean sheet, directly involved in 2 goals against Stoke City, and was a steady presence against Plymouth. He's going to be a big player for Hull, and Rossignol loves him because of his passing ability from the back. Looking forward to seeing what he can bring.
At right back, we have Perry NG. He has been the star performer in a Cardiff defence, which has kept 3 clean sheets in 5 games in September. He's become Mr. Dependable for the Bluebirds and has played every minute in their 4-game winning run, which of course includes the South Wales Derby. And he's usually known for being a really solid defender, but he's even chipped in at the other end in September. He scored Cardiff's second against Rotherham to wrap up the points, as well as setting up the winner against Coventry as well. It's been a cracking month for Cardiff and for Perry NG.
The first centre-back on this list has impeccable hair and an even better jawline. It's Wout Faust of Leicester City. He's been a mainstay in the defence, obviously, because of his incredible ability, but he's also been a calming presence when on the ball. Most supporters might not like the fact that he can dribble out of tricky situations, but he's been a key component in how Leicester have been playing so far this season, a bit like Callum Doyle last month. He just keeps getting better and better and better, and Enzo Maresca's system is perfect for him to thrive in. Again, he's a player who doesn't particularly stand out in terms of defensive numbers, but his presence in there is certainly felt in that team. And as I say, Leicester cannot play the way they do without having comfortable defenders on the ball, and the results that they've had over the last month have been a key reason as to why Wout Faust is a standout player in this team.
The other centre-half is Dan Ballard. Sunderland have been incredible in September, and Dan Ballard's not going to be the first Sunderland, or the first and only Sunderland player in this team. They've won 4 of their 5 games, and a large part of that is down to them only conceding 3 goals in that time, and Dan Ballard has been crucial to that. He's been a rock at the back for the Black Cats, 25 clearances made in that time, and he's been a threat at the other end too, chipping in with 2 goals for Sunderland. His injury problems from last season seem to be behind him because he's played every minute for Sunderland so far and will be crucial for them as the season progresses.
Now, of course, we've got to get an Ipswich Town player into this team because of how good they've been so far this season. Obviously, if you're listening to the podcast, then you will know that Ryan is a big fan of them, and there's no doubt as to why this player has justified his place, but it's Leif Davison at left back. He's a player I was excited about seeing coming into the Championship, and he's had a stellar campaign so far. Although Ipswich haven't been solid, shall we say, in September, he's been a key driver going forwards. He's averaging 3.5 key passes per game, which means he's laying up chances left, right and centre for his teammates. To put that into context, he's the 3rd most prolific creator in the division behind Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall and Gabriel Sara. He's a left back, and obviously he's been a steady defender as well, and he's fully deserving of this place in this team.
Into midfield, and it's Dan Neil, another Sunderland player, and it's young Dan Neil who has been sensational so far this season. He's got a bit of criticism towards the end of last season, but has been back to his best so far this season. He's played every minute for Sunderland, and as previously mentioned, it's been a brilliant September for Sunderland, 4 wins from 5, and he's played more passes than any Sunderland player in those 5 games. Also scored in the win against Blackburn. This young man has been excellent this past month.
The second Ipswich Town player to feature in this team is, of course, Massimo Luongo. A lot of the times throughout the season, players of his style don't get enough recognition for what they do. They do a lot of the dirty work. They're in between each box. And in this Kieran McKenna team, you need those types of players. And of course, playing alongside Sam Morsey, there's another type of player in there as well. Luongo was a free transfer signing last season, a coup of a signing, and he's someone who's really taken into that midfield role importantly. And again, he's a typical box-to-box midfielder, and he's been an ever-present for Ipswich so far this season. Scored a wonderful goal against Blackburn earlier on in the month. He had to shoulder a lot of responsibility against Huddersfield as well in the last game with the absence of Sam Morsey, and he did so with ease. He's a player I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses, because again, you don't tend to shoulder too much insight or interest into box-to-box midfielders. So Luongo, again, another player deserving of this place in this team.
The final centre mid in this team is Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Shock, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is very good at football. I think we all know this, and it remains ridiculous that he's even playing at this level, but while he's here, let's enjoy him. Leicester have won 4 games from 5 in September. He continues to be the beating heart of this side. A goal and 2 assists for him, 16 chances created in just 5 games. An unbelievable player. We all know this, and he's definitely in the conversation for player of the season so far.
The first of the attacks on this list at right wing is Morgan Whittaker of Plymouth Argyle. He's a player that I enjoy watching. I love him. I dearly love him. Unhealthily so. He's got bags of talent, and he's enjoyed a very productive month as well. Bagged his first career hat-trick against Norwich, and he's demonstrated, and that hat-trick actually demonstrated why I rate him so highly. He drives at defenders with poise and ease, draws fouls, and will continue to do it in this team that just does not fear anything. Having a system like that will get the best out of these young players and allow them to carry on developing. So kudos to Stephen Schumacher and kudos to Morgan Whittaker for a fantastic month.
Up front is Jorginho Ruta. This lad has been showing Leeds fans why they paid so much money for him this month. His performances against Millwall and Watford were 2 of the best individual performances you'll see from a player all season in the Championship. He absolutely tore them to shreds, getting a goal and 2 assists in the process. His partnership with Joel Pirro is becoming quite the fearsome duo up top for Leeds. There is a bit of an air with him of him only playing well when Leeds play well, so that's something to work on, but when he does play well, it is a joy to watch. He's an incredibly difficult player to deal with, and we saw that in its fullest in September.
The final player in this list is, of course, Jack Clarke. Now, there are a few guarantees in life. One of them is most definitely Jack Clarke getting me off my metaphorical sofa, or seat, for that matter. He just goes from strength to strength with each passing week. To top it off, he already had a decent start, but he wasn't finding the back of the net, and now he is. He had 6 goals, scored 6 goals in September, which includes 2 braces against Blackburn and Sheffield Wednesday. He's the most prolific dribbler in the league, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. He's had an incredible month. He's an incredible player, and I just enjoy watching him. He's one of those players you can get on board with and thrive off whenever you're playing with him, and just watching him. Sunderland fans are very fortunate to have him. Although his goals have come mostly away from home, I'm sure they'll start to come at home as well.
And there you have it. That has been our team of the month for September in the Championship. If there's anyone you think we've missed out, please let us know in the comment section below. But as always, if you have enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. This has been The Second Tier. I've been Ryan Dilks. That's been Justin Peach. We'll be back again very soon.